It's good, Falcons family. We are back and it is game day. This is Falcons Daily. I am Craig Green, CG, your host of the show, and we're getting ready for kickoff this afternoon at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It is finally here. It is finally game day, and we are ready to break it down for you. Giving you some keys to the game on Friday to let you know what I think the Falcons need to do to come away with a victory. I've already predicted that victory for the Falcons today. A couple more tidbits before I let you go. We'll keep it kind of quick for this afternoon because, we got plenty of things going on, and hopefully you'll see this before kickoff. So, one thing we want to make sure that you know about is key Buccaneers that are not going to be playing in today's game. One of those guys, Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin will be out for this ball game. He is still nursing an ankle injury from the offseason, so he did not practice all week long. He is out for today's game. So is Tristan Wirfs, the tackle for the Buccaneers as well. Knee injury in the offseason, still recovering, did not practice all week long. He is completely out of today's ball game. Benjamin Morrison, a cornerback who was nursing a quad injury, limited practice all week long for Tampa Bay. Even with that said, he's still out. And another player in their secondary, Christian Izien, who is nursing an oblique injury, also out today, did not practice all week long. One of the players I'm going to be really keeping my eye on, the most important of the players in my opinion, is Vita Vea. Vita Vea did not practice on Wednesday or Thursday. He did log a full practice on Friday, whatever a full practice really is, especially when you're traveling, and he's listed as questionable. So I don't know if his foot injury is more of a maintenance thing and they're just trying to keep him fresh, or if he's really nursing it and trying his best to play. But either way, that's what you need to know about the Bucs injury situation for the Falcons. Again, just DeMarco Hellams and Jack Nelson are out today. It would be great to have Bam out there, but again, we don't want to have Bam out there today. So, and Jack Nelson, again, somebody who was competing for that right tackle job, not cleared to play either with a calf injury. Everybody else pretty much good to go. Darnell Mooney still a game time decision after practicing all week long in a limited fashion with that shoulder injury. Same shoulder he injured last year that caused him to miss the final game of 2024. For the Falcons fans and players today, inside the nest, when you're there at the Benz, do everything in your power, within reason, of course, to make the Buccaneers uncomfortable. From the time they walk out of the tunnel to practice, make them know that they are not at home. Falcons players, again, we talked about setting the tone early and often, a tone of physicality, one of intimidation, one that's going to make the Buccaneers wish they never even got on the plane to come to Atlanta. Again, Falcons fans, Falcons family, if you're in the building, you're not aware of what's going if it's your first time there, what you need to do, obviously, when the Falcons have the football, when you see Penix, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, all on the field, keep the noise down. Keep it quiet so the offense can operate. We want to be able to hear Mike's cadence on the field. You know what I'm saying? When Baker Mayfield is on the field for the Buccaneers, when their offense is on the field, get loud. The minute that they're even in the huddle, they only have until, with 14 seconds left on the play clock, communication cuts off from the offensive coordinator to the quarterback's helmet. So be loud the entire time. Make it hard for Baker to understand what they're telling him. Make it hard for him to be able to call signals at the line of scrimmage. Again, we want to make it as tough on him as possible. And I promise you, the more you do that, the better the Falcons will be today. Fantasy outlook as well. We're going to look at that real quick. If you are a fantasy football player, if you play daily fantasy sports like I do, when you're looking at some of the guys to take, or players that you may want to insert into your lineup, if you have Bijan Robinson in your fantasy lineup, he's an automatic start. If you ask me, Drake London, same thing. These are the two most productive players on offense for the Falcons, not named Mike Penix. And I think Penix honestly is a sleeper pick. Again, a lot of folks may not believe in him right now because he's young and new, I guess you can say, but I mean, we've seen him perform well in pressure spots last season. He had a pretty big game against the Carolina Panthers. But Again, I think he's more of a sleeper pick. He's, if you have other options at quarterback, maybe a higher tier quarterbacks, then you may want to look at those. But I think Penix, if he's, if you're playing daily fantasy, he's a sneaky pick right there. You could allot some resources to him, or excuse me, you could put Penix in at quarterback because a lot of these daily fantasy sites do it by dollars or salary. And then, with Penix as a lower cost option, you could put some money into some higher priced skill players to have perhaps fatten up your lineup around Penix. So, I think he's a sneaky good play for today. But, if you got Drake or London, if you got Bijan Robinson, I think those are your automatics. All right, so we're going to go ahead and call it off for right now. Again, we wanted to give you a little quick hitter and talk to you about what's going on today. But we've got one comment in the thread from last Friday, and that came from our guy Jeff Holton 1225. What's up, CG? My thoughts on our game Sunday. Excitement. Also, concerns over our relatively and thin defensive line stopping the run attack of Tampa. And can we put enough pressure on Mayfield? Another concern is right tackle. Will Reddick cause havoc? Don't get me wrong, I'm super excited to see how our team executes on both sides. I think our offense can hold its own with any team. Well, let's start. We'll go a little bit by a little bit here. Defensive line, yeah. I mean, we'll see if it's a concern. Again, you got to you got to contend with Bucky Irving and also Rashad White. I think for me, I'm more concerned about them catching passes out of the backfield versus just running up the middle. Can we put enough pressure on Mayfield? Great question. Time will tell. We'll see. We've got the horses out there now to do it. We've beefed up the defensive line, the edge rush. So now it's up to the guys to go out there and do it. So I hope so. But again, it all comes down. They all tie in together. So I mean, we have to set the edge right. We got to get the right pressure up the middle, and we have to give Baker Mayfield nowhere to go. You know what I mean? And again, when the pressure comes and he feels it, he's going to be looking for that check down. He's going to be looking for that running back sneaking out of the backfield or whatever. So that's why it's really important for our edge rushers to not only set the edge, keep their eyes on him, but keep their eyes on the guys behind them too, trying to leak out and extend plays. I think also, when it comes to Hassan Reddick, will he cause havoc? The one thing I do expect to see today is I do feel like we're going to see a lot of the defensive coordinator for the Bucs trying to test Elijah Wilkerson at right tackle because he's new. So expect a lot of that. Expect some of the stronger pass rush or things like that to try to come off that right side and see if they can, maybe upset the apple cart for Wilkerson. But Wilkerson's a pro. He's a vet. He's been in there many times. He started over 20-something games. So, this is nothing new to him. Let's see. He's excited to see, he said, I'm super excited to see our team execute on both sides. So am I. I want to see the defense. I would love to see us win the coin toss, defer to the second half, and put the defense on the field first. That's what I want to see today. But again, we'll see how it all goes. And then my score prediction for today's ball game. I told you I'd give it to you on over the weekend. I have the Falcons winning today's game by the score of 23-17. I think the Falcons defense will do a pretty good job of keeping the Bucs out of the end zone when they enter the red zone, and I think they will just give up a couple of touchdowns, but I believe the Falcons will outscore the Bucs. Young Wei Koo will hit 3 field goals in today's game. He'll hit one from 55 plus. That is my prediction for today's game. All right, y'all, enjoy the ball game this afternoon. We'll be back on Monday to break it all down for you. And also give me a follow at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G in the word sports. FanArch is at FanArchCo. They're up there in the top left corner, FANARCHCO. So from me to you, all you Falcons family out there, enjoy the ball game. Rise up. Let's get this dub. We'll see you tomorrow on Falcons Daily. Sayonara and buenos noches.